Silver spikes on the US government shutdown. A little bit of a spike. We'll take a look at the silver price right now. Here is silver on the, what are we looking at? The monthly time frame priced in USD, $47.25 US cents. We're going to be taking a look at gold, other precious metals. We'll be taking a look at Bitcoin and crypto too. But let's start with this monthly time frame looking absolutely fantastic. As you know, I just drew in these extra little things here. We've spoken about them before, but these are the three main phases of a market cycle. You have the accumulation phase right here, you have the public participation phase, then you have the excess phase. Now, in the commodities area, the excess phase is usually larger than the public participation phase right here. So that's the one from the 60s to the 80s. You've got this last one starting in the mid 90s, roughly accumulation, public participation, excess phase. Now we're in the public participation phase of this new cycle. So there's your accumulation. Here's your public participation right here. And it's just looking fantastic. We are nowhere near any kind of top. So I'm not going to tell you what the prices I think they could necessarily go to, etc. I've spoken about those before, but we're in the public participation phase right now. Then we'll have a dip after, I think we'll have a bigger dip after we break the all-time high. Don't forget, we're going to do a live $50 silver dance party. That's going to be a great day when we do that. And then we will have a larger, a bit of a wave 4 pullback. And then we'll have the excess phase. So, and that's the largest phase as well. So that's not even here. Okay, so just looking amazing for silver in the longer term. Ignore, the time frame, ignore exactly where all these prices go up to. But look, that's very normal in this 3-phase market cycle. Cool. So I just want to show you that very quickly, but it's popping onto the daily time frame, and let me get rid of this for you. You're watching Good Morning Stackers, going out live on YouTube and on X right now. You can see here we've just had that little spike. The government has shut down. It's not a scary thing. I wouldn't worry about it too much. They always reopen at some point, the US government. But we have seen a little bit of a spike here on the daily time frame. We spiked up to, on yesterday, we're at about $46.60, and we spiked up to $47.80. So right up to resistance. Okay, we're going to pop into the smaller term time frame as well, just see if there's any bit of a bearish divergence going on. Are we finding some momentum loss around about here? Let's have a look at that. Let's go back to the monthly though. Where are we? Right there. So you can see we're very much right at the very, very top there. Expect some potential resistance, or potentially expect some resistance around about that mark. You've had 1, 2, this is on the monthly, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're now in a fifth consecutive month of green. We've just opened the month, so it doesn't necessarily mean October will stay in the green. I am confident though, at this stage, and so all of my private Silver Investor Club members, basically I did a unscientific poll there, and I said, will silver break $50 in October? And it was like 98% yes. I am still of the thought that we will hit $50 in October. What we do from around about there remains to be seen. So I think that party is coming very, very soon. Let's just pump into the daily. It is just looking a little like we're pretty stretched now. Okay, let's pop into the 4 hour, see if there's any divergence going on. What do I mean by divergence? I mean, if you see the fiat dollar price going up, but something else is happening with the indicators. Okay, they're doing something different. So you are seeing that still with the 4 hour time frame. Number is going up, and that's kind of flattening out or going down, the relative strength index. The thing I will say though, which is good, is the volume is actually still quite good. So there's certainly room to move above that $50 mark for sure in October. If I just going down to the 1 hour now. So this is just real weather report, stuff here. You do have some bearish divergence playing out on the 1 hour as well. So if we do have a bit of a dip here, I think it is very short term. Okay, let's see, higher high and lower high on the relative strength index. Okay, so maybe a bit of consolidation for the next couple of days. Obviously if we break through this area here of that 45.80, then I would be going, okay, we're going to see some lower prices. Okay, so then you'd be looking at right there, it would be a break of market structure on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, and then you could expect, lower prices. Where could you expect lower prices to go down to? Well, let's just take from this low and this high, and you can see that that's actually at that level there is at the 0.5 Fibonacci. So you could actually say anywhere in here, you could expect some resistance, some support, to be found. So possibly anywhere down to this $45.20 kind of area. And if you do break through that 45.20 area, by the way, I'm not saying any of this is happening. I'm just positing, if this, then that. But then you'd be looking at a correction of a larger move, and then you'd be looking at, that's the very clear one right there. So then you'd be looking at this one right in between there, and that's anywhere down to, please, no lower than about 43.60, something like that. So yeah, a bit of bearish divergence on the monthly. We have come up to major resistance. We're near the triple top in silver, the quote-unquote triple top. It's not going to be a triple top. You're not going to see massive lower prices. We're not going back to $30. We're not going back to the 20s, etc. You might have a bit of a dip, but it'll just be a little, oh, no, we've never had an all-time high for silver. It'll never happen. Triple top's a thing. It's not a thing it's going to sail through, but you might just get a little bit of a dip in the meantime. Okay, so just watch out for that in the next, say first week or 2 weeks of October, something like that. And as we've spoken about many times before, the prices like to fake you out to shake you out. Okay, now I will say on the monthly time frame, it actually has opened in the upward direction. So is that the fake out and then we have the shake out? The short answer is this short-term movements don't matter too much, because we do know where the price is going in the longer term. And if you're just finding me for some really weird reason, that's the long-term cup and handle formation. This is the quarterly time frame. We closed in a massive Marubozu candle right here. Huge candle with a very, very small wick, a huge body, small wick. It says that buyers are very much in control of the market. Closed for the very first time in history above $38. Closed a quarterly time frame. It's just looking absolutely fantastic. But yeah, just watch out for the short term, where we might be playing. That might be playing out now. And could we just find the support right here and then onwards and upwards? Sure, but just watch out for that. Kind of what I say, about 40. What was it? 40 or something. It was around about here and here, I think. Yeah, watch out for that. Maybe down to that kind of 45-ish kind of area is a potential. Okay, if we break that, then yeah, watch out for that. So that's silver. Short-term, possible little dip coming. Long-term looking absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. Let's do some quick shout-outs and say hello to a bunch of people. I am Joe Main. I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010. I've been a stacker of crypto since 2013. I've got to talk to the amazing GMS crew right here. And of course, we are going to do right now a synchronized slurp. Grab a tasty beverage. I've got my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together. Wherever you are in the world, you must do it audibly. It's our Good Morning Stackers bonding tool. Okay, it's the slurp heard around the world. Whatever you're drinking, let me know in the comments right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1, slurp it. Good to see so many of you here. We're talking gold, we're talking platinum, we'll look at some precious metals. We might look at some stocks, mining stocks, etc. Around about halfway through the show, the Australian market opens, and I can take a live look at what, how we've opened, etc. And we'll be doing Bitcoin and crypto as well. Bitcoin is back over an area that I really needed to see it over, and I actually haven't checked the price in the last 10 minutes. We could be doing all right for Bitcoin, so we'll take a look at that too. If you have any chart requests, any questions, any queries, anything you need to do, pop it in the comments, and I may read out your thing. By the way, can you do me a favor? Join the Silver Investor Club. It's a private club, okay? I'll put a link in the live chat. Then after the show, I'll put it in there somewhere. Use the time codes below to go to your favorite part as well if you're watching this on the replay. And I'm going to also ask you, please and thanks, get your comments in right now. I want to know what you were drinking today. And hopefully, I certainly hope, let me go right here, live on X now. Cool. I'm going to do this thing where I go over to X and I get you, please and thank you, to follow me over there. Let's see. Not that one, not that one. I want that one. Can you head up to here, please? Follow me over on x.com/It's Joe Main, please, and thank you. Why would I want you to do that? Well, because I've asked you nicely. That would be really good too. What's today? October the something. October the 2nd. Ooh, my rego's due. Let's see. Yep, that's close enough for jazz. BC crypto talk, whatever. Silver and gold talk too. I'm going to get rid of that. And yeah, now I can get trendy on X as well. Would you do that for me? And could you also please, it's just the screen, it's not me. Could you please also make sure you buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, best bullion dealer in all of Australia. Join the Silver Investor Club, of course, and the Bitcoin and crypto portion of the show is going to be brought to you and is brought to you by Stormrake, stormrake.com, full service cryptocurrency brokerage. You get 2% brokerage fees for the life of the account, which is a 33% discount when you sign up with my thing, which I'll put somewhere. You see that thing at the bottom there, bit.ly/good morning GMS Stormrake. Pop that into the favorite address bar, the address bar of your favorite browser, and then you can enjoy all the stuff that you get because of me. Aren't you so thankful? Hello, Knackers O'Reilly. Good morning, my friend. Hello, Stackers. Good day. Mr. Happy Stacker 69. Good morning, Joe and Knackers. Morning to you. Slurp for the synchronized slurp for the win, says CT from the Lone Star State. I tell you once again, CT, when I come to Texas, when I bring my family to Texas one day, barbecue's on you, my friend. Let's see. Van, great to see you as well. Vanessa, fantastic. Amazing to see you. Let's take a look at all the other stuff. Let's take a look at gold and see what has been happening over there. That's the gold panel. And that's silver, which we just talked about. Here is gold. Gold on the 1 hour time frame. Sure. 1 hour time frame price in USD, $3,860. We have made a new all-time high for gold. Gold also had a bit of a spike because of the US government shutdown. Again, this US government shutdown thing won't last that long. Okay, they'll figure it out. Okay, they always do, and they kick the can down the road. So a bit of short-term volatility in the markets, and we've seen this spike up to new all-time high, $3,895. Similar thing is happening with gold as it is with silver. You've got some bearish divergence on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so again, it's just on the 1 hour. Gold is going to much higher over the longer term. Okay, but 1 hour, expect some lower prices. Okay, I would probably do that. Expect that, and you don't want it to break below. And let's just do some quick fib from this low and this high. Here's your expected support range on gold. Anywhere between here and here is your first expected support range. Okay, so anywhere between 3,830 to 3,790 roughly, and that would be actually coming back to test this previous resistance here. So resistance, yeah, I mean resistance became support here. So you had that breakthrough, you had there, and that actually kind of tested it. Okay, so that's the first area, and if you do get through 3,790 roughly, then you'll be correcting a larger move, just like we did with silver before. It would be this one here, and that down to there. So that's would be the new expected support range. And yeah, isn't it interesting once again how it all tends to line up? 3,790 is the top end of the zag zone, down to that previous support level there. What do you know, at 3,725. So yeah, I would say on balance of probability, I'm actually more favoring this larger move than I'm favoring that smaller move there. So I think we quite potentially have a test of bare minimum 3,790, and watch out for anywhere into this box right here. And if we do break through that area there, well, then you're correcting an even larger move, but we're nowhere near there yet. So we'll talk about that later on down the track. Let's see. So yeah, some bearishness on the 1 hour time frame. Again, just dollar cost average, and you're doing absolutely fine. And if we take a look on the weekly time frame or the monthly, shall we take a look at the quarterly? Why not? Here's the quarterly. Look at gold. It's just looking absolutely fantastic. I'll get rid of the OBV because you can't really use that at the moment. Do be aware, I mean, we're extremely overvalued right now, but you can look at how much time it's spent This is the thing, when gold runs, it really runs. Okay, look how much time gold spent in extremely overvalued on the quarterly time frame. Okay, we spent from, let's see if I do a, what do I want? Price range, date range. So we hit extremely overbought in April of 2005. We didn't leave extreme, or we didn't peak, I should say. We didn't leave. No, I'm going to say we didn't leave extremely overbought until October of 2012. Okay, we spent 7 years in extremely overvalued. And people can go, oh, we're extremely overvalued. And people like me, I'm saying, look, we're extremely overvalued, but look how much time in a massive bull run you can do. So what did the price do in that time? Right? So don't be stressed that we're an extremely overvalued or overbought at the moment. You can pump so much higher. So from what about there to, I think it was there. I mean, we had the peak at 330%, but if you took it from when it broke back down into the normal range, oh gee, 177%. So you've got a long way to go with gold. Number will go up, number will go down over time, but you can pump to this, $8,000, $10,000 kind of area. I mean, very, very easily. Let me just do a quick little thing of that. Where did we hit that? That was there, and where was the price? The price was at the open of 2232. That is around about 2232ish, kind of there. So what's that? That's a 80% move now. If we do that 180% move, which we did before, which we looked at, that's what, $6,000, and then it was like 330% before it broke back down into the thing. So what's 330%? What do you around about $10,000? It's very doable, okay, for gold. So looking fantastic over the longer term. Just be aware, number will go up, number will go down over the longer term, over the shorter term. Cool. Yeah, very overvalued on the monthly time frame, but again, you can spend a lot of time in here. And just on the monthly time frame, again, we did down here, if you can see, and that's that area there. I'll get rid of it so you can see it a bit better. We just kind of skirted up in and out of it, but the number was basically going up mostly the entire time. So it's, you see how you're on the relative strength index, you're kind of hovering around this top half, okay? You never get into this bottom half. It's when you start getting into the bottom half, then you start going, okay, it's a bit more of a longer consolidation. But yeah, this can do this for ages, okay? It can do this kind of thing, that maybe into there, and then another one, and this can just keep going up and up and up. So looking fantastic for gold in the longer term. But if you're talking shorter term because you want to load up, yeah, a little bit stretchy right now, okay? And on that 4 hour and that 1 hour, maybe a bit of turnover needs to happen, okay? So yeah, watch out for those levels that I said. That is gold. What's platinum, old mate, been doing? Here's platinum. Platinum on the 4 hour time frame price in USD. We're talking 1,554. You're watching Good Morning Stackers. I go live on Tuesdays and on Thursdays. I'm talking precious metals first, then we're going to get into Bitcoin and crypto as well. Bitcoin's over a certain area. Is it back over it? Is it still over it? It is over it. Okay, let's go back to platinum though. We'll get to that in a second. Here is platinum, as I said, 1,554. We had a beautiful spike up to 1,630. Did we see any bearish divergence coming in on the 1 hour that could have predicted that we would see some lower prices? Let's see, up to that spike there. Higher high? No, not really. Probably on the smaller time frame you would have seen that. So maybe on the 30-minute, maybe you saw it. Maybe on the 15. Now we're just getting into like the real, not even on the 15-minute. That's interesting. Okay, so not really bearish divergence. Let's see. This is on the daily. Higher high. There's a bit of a spike there. What are we doing here? That is a lower high on the relative strength index. This might be a bit of a pivot point. Okay, you might see some lower prices potentially just for a little bit. If we're doing that, then we'll just take the most recent pivots and have a look. So from this low and this high, here's your expected resistance range, this expected support range, your zag zone. Okay, and Once again, look how that lines up perfectly. It's almost as if you can predict highs and lows before the fact. Okay, and again, I haven't really used this a lot to try and forward project stuff. Okay, but let me just go back, for example. Let's see. And again, this is real. Continue on your last replay. What are we doing? Continue. What? No. What was this? Okay, that was weird. XPT. Sorry about that. What the hell was all that about? No, I want to stop all that. Okay, excuse me for a second. Doesn't like me. Let's go back. XPT. That was really weird. No? What? I want to stop that. No, stop. Yeah, thanks. All right, let's go back there. That was really weird. Let's go back to the daily. Replay. No, start new. Thank you. There we go. So let's go up to about here. And we go, oh, we've broken through there. Looks like we might be able to find some kind of, can we find some kind of, let me get rid of you as well, some kind of high. Okay, so we're going to go, okay, we've got a high there, a low there. Let's see if anything matches up. Okay, so you take it from the low and you go, okay, so what I'm looking for now is I'm looking for, excuse me, I'll do that. I'm looking for confluence with prices previous. Okay, so I'm taking it from this low here and then I'm looking for a high. Where's the next high where it could be? So I'm actually looking for some kind of confluence. Well, it's obviously going to be higher than there. Could it be there? If I pop it in there, could we see? Now that you actually could have said that's actually a decent level. You could have said so that's the 0.786, but the 0.786 isn't a very, it's not a key area. So the 0.236, that kind of lines up there. Then if you go like this, now I guess again, this is real spitballing. Okay, maybe I won't be able to predict prices later on down the track, but if you have a look at that one, where does that line up with? Have a look. If you go, okay, so that lines up, there's major resistance there, and that's at the top end of the zag zone, okay? And that's the area that you would expect it to come down to. Then you have a look at the 0.5 level right there. That matches up absolutely perfectly. See that? That and between there and there, that's matching up perfectly. So going, okay, so where's the top would be? 1,630 roughly, okay? And then you hit the old play button and we see what's happened and it's gone bang to there. I just find it very interesting when you look back and you go, geez, they tend to line up a lot. So I'm trying my best because I've got so much to think about. I'm trying to go, okay, can I figure out highs and lows before they happen using Fibonacci and lining them up with, key levels, okay, and key Fibonacci levels. But that's just really interesting. I find that. Let's see. So yeah, there's your expected support range, and somewhere down, I'd probably say to that 1480 would be the main level you would find. I don't think you probably get back into that general area there. So I'd be favoring, if we have a bit of a further dip, I'm favoring the top end at very strong support. Strong support, that is. That's a very strong support. That's strong support right here. So I'm thinking something like that. But if we do have a deeper pullback, then yeah, nowhere lower than about that 1395. You don't want that. And if we get through there, yeah, then you're talking about a larger move. I don't see that coming at all. But yeah, maybe a bit of a short-term dip. Watch that 1480 in platinum. Cool, that's platinum. Let's take a quick look at copper. We'll be doing Bitcoin and crypto in just a few moments. You're watching Good Morning Stackers. Hit the big red subscribe button and I will get to more of your shout-outs, etc. Here is copper. Wow, copper, $4.90. Looks like we might be creeping up higher and higher. I just need to see. It's good to see us out of the zag zone from this. Where are we? This low and this high. We're out of the zag zone, so that's good to see. Out of that $4.70 area I talked about, we just need to clear them next. Well, the last kind of final hurdle is that $5.10 area. Start clearing out of there, looking good. Then we'll be talking about higher highs for copper, and then you're going to see a lot of your small cap copper miner plays are going to do really, really well once that happens. I'm also in mining stocks, silver, gold mining stocks, copper mining stocks, lithium stocks, etc. So they're doing quite well recently too. If you head over to Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, so that's academy academy.masteringthemarkets.com. You can actually sign up for free. There's a free version. And the head of the school there, head of the academy, which is David Bird, aka ASX Trader, has been talking about his put together custom-made Australian small cap ETF. So I've jumped on a lot of those. We've seen a good little price increase in a bunch of those. So they're doing really well. Head over to academy.masteringthemarkets.com. But yeah, copper looking really good at the moment as well. Just need to see it creep over that $5.10 and then looking really, really nice. Back through that major. See that right there? All of that. See all of that? Need to get through that range there. And then the question becomes, well, there's no trapped money. We're in price discovery pretty much after that. Just clear that. You're looking really good. So looking great for copper. Yeah, that's all the precious metals, I think. Let's get to some shout outs. The market is about to open in about 3 or 4 minutes roughly. Then we'll take a quick look at that. Then we'll do some Bitcoin and some crypto. Do we have any questions, etc.? I will ask you once more. Let's head over to here. The screen. You want the screen and me. Quickly head over to, or you should head over to Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. They are a brand sponsor. And, excuse me, they do happen to be, and I'm not joking when I tell you, they are the best bullion dealer in all of Australia because they price match. So you can get the cheapest prices at perthbullion.com.au. If you see something they have on another major bullion dealer's website, you just send a message to these guys and they'll match the price for you. Now, they won't only do it just for you, they'll then change the price on the website as well. So everyone gets the cheapest price as well. And it's like, well, if they're going to match prices, why would I just buy from my regular dealer? Does your regular dealer give you free shipping? Oh, no, they don't, do they? Because no other bullion dealer in Australia ever, in the decades and decades and decades before Perth Bullion Exchange came along, gave you free shipping when you bought over any kind of amount, whether that's a dollar value or a quantity value. So Perth Bullion Exchange, when they launched in May of last year, you get free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart. Now, they were the first dealer to ever do it in Australia. Basically, none of the big boys are doing it. Okay, and as you know, I worked for 3 of them. None of them are doing it. I don't know if there's plans for them to do it. I guess they figure, why should I have to? Okay, we're the big boys. We don't have to. Yeah, you will eventually. I do know there is one other smaller kind of very small bullion dealer that is starting to do it as well, but I think their conditions are a little bit different to Perth Bullion Exchange's one, and these guys are doing it the best. So perthbullion.com.au, and you can, let's see, go back over to the screen, and you can also, have free storage and things and build up as you go along, but there's conditions with all that. Let's see, let's do a few more shout outs before the market opens in a couple of minutes, and then we'll take a look at that. Let's see, shopping day today. Okay, fair enough. Shopping day today. Is this where you get all of your meat buying and all your grocery buying in the one go? I tend to be the one day, and then the next day, it's like, we forgot this. We need this, we need that kind of thing. CT says, barbecue is definitely on me, mate. I can't wait for some Texan barbecue. Oh, be so good. Silver Sushi, good to see you, my friend. What up, gang? Great to see you. Gerald, good to see you, my friend. CT says 10 days, maybe. What, for the government shutdown? Yeah, probably. It'll be quite small, I think, unless XLM doing okay at the moment. We will be taking a look at crypto in just a few moments. Satan's one world government is rolling out and his favorite metal is silver, says Rodney Reed. Goodness me. All right, his favorite metal is silver. Wow, that's a big statement. Okay, and GMS says, Daniel, a trader at Stormrake. Stormrake, as you know, look at this right here. Looky on my little logo thing right there. Stormrake.com, full service cryptocurrency brokerage. We will be talking about crypto in just a few moments. All right, I'm just going to quickly check the market. The market is open. I just want to see what stuff has done. So let's take a quick little look-see. Oh, yes, couple of things are up. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're climbing up. So what I'm doing, I'm looking at my Moomoo account at the moment. So it looks like we have a few things are pumping, so that's good. Oh yeah, that's pumping too. Okay, so it looks like we have some uranium stocks, Australian uranium stocks pumping. We've got some metal stocks are pumping. I'll show you because I have, and I'll show you here. That's actually even easier. Let's go to the gold panel, and let me just quickly show you what's pumping of the stuff that I own. I'm going to show you everything I have at the moment. Where are we? Okay, so you can't see it. I'm going to share it. I'm going to get rid of this. I'll just do Screen and Joe. There we go. That's get rid of it. So you can see everything on the side here. So everything in orange right here is something that I am currently in. Okay, I've got quite a lot more than I did previously. So I'm just markets been open for about 1 minute. I'm going to show you everything I'm in. And how am I going to do this? I'll do it like this and like that by symbol. I think I can do it by symbol. Oh, it's by symbol anyway. Okay, so let me just go back down here. So everything in orange I am currently in some kind of way. Now it's doing it via the biggest gain as well. Fantastic. So the biggest gainer for me so far for the day, is that by gain? Yes, it is. Fantastic. Okay, my biggest gainer so far for the day. Wow, okay, so we are looking at 13% move. That's on the daily time frame. Have we opened? Yeah, we did. So it looks like we've just opened for the day. We're at 5 cents for CKA. CKA is Coca Limited. These are the very small cap plays that I'm in that I have a very small amount. And when I say a very small amount, I'm talking like under $500 each. Okay, I'm actually trying to get them around about $100 each roughly, and then I'm trying to build up to about 100 of these small cap Australian stocks, whether it be in mining stocks or something like that, because we're going to see a massive Australian small cap boom, okay, in Australian small cap stocks over the next, year and a half, something like that. Again, if you're part of Mastering the Markets, you would have learned all about this. So yeah, I'm just building up that sort of small cap ETF, and CKA is a coal play. It's one of them. Elevate Uranium is up. We up 8% on opening, so 13% on opening. ARD is up 6% on opening. ARD Argent Minerals. I have quite a large portion of that. We've got PUR is up. We've got AUZ. This is Australian Mines Limited. Is up 4%. Up for Toro Energy Limited. That's a uranium stock. So these are all commodities pretty much. You've got a lot here. FLG, Flagship, BSN. A lot of things here. Lotus Resources. That's a uranium play. SBSW is a big one. That was up 2% overnight. So lots of things have just up. We've got Pilbara Minerals as well. That's a really large cap stock. I mean, we're talking, what's that? That's 8.1 billion. This is the big boy in lithium. So if you are bullish on lithium, for example, you would be buying and holding for the longer term Pilbara Minerals. Okay, I've bought that back in here. I bought $5,000 worth through my super fund, and this is my average price, and this is where we are now. So that's up pretty decently from my entry. So what are we talking? $1.50 so I'm up 60% on Pilbara in my super account, and I'm holding this for the absolute long term. I think this will go very, very well. Okay. For example, S32 is South 32 is a silver play. DYL is in my super. That's the uranium stock play. So this is my long-term uranium stock play for the super. Okay, holding for 5, 10, 15 years or two after my retirement. Kind of depends where uranium goes in that time. If it has a big peak before I retire, then I'll just sell it and put it in something else. So that's looking really good, DYL. Okay, probably find some resistance up here at that sort of $6.60 mark. We're around about $2 at the moment. So you've got a long way to go. And then I think it will eventually break all-time highs, because uranium is needed for nuclear technology. It's where we're going with AI. We need access to more electricity, etc. And yeah, some things are down, okay, but they've had big pumps. Anyway, so that's the general market. More comments and we'll get to Bitcoin and crypto. Anything else? Let's see. No, all right, let's get to Bitcoin and crypto. Cool, shall we? Yeah, we shall. This portion of the show is brought to you by Stormrake, stormrake.com, your full service cryptocurrency brokerage. I want that, and I want... Oh, okay. Looks like I might need to do a live trade. All right, cool. Dang. Yeah, I might need to do that. Here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame price in USD, 119,150. I said, gee, I might need to end this show really quickly. I said that if we do break up through and hold, it's got to break and hold at bare minimum on a daily time frame above that 118. Technically, it was 117,600. I just said 118,000. Roughly, because it's the zag zone from this high and this low. It was the 0.618 Fibonacci, the expected resistance range. We tested it, came back down, didn't break down through there. Now we're back through there. I have to say, I mean, I'd really love, I would love for it to close the week above. So I'm going to say, I'm going to give a temporary, no, I'm going to keep it. No. Yeah. As long as we're above 117,600 roughly, let's call it 118,000. As long as we're above 118,000 US dollars per Bitcoin, there is a new all-time high coming in Bitcoin. Stamp is down. Okay, that's it. Stay above 118,000 US dollars. New all-time high coming in Bitcoin. Congratulations, everyone. At the moment, we're going to see a new all-time high in Bitcoin. I would really love to see just a close for the week. See that spike there to that 118,000? If we can close the week above there, then I'm going to say, oh yeah, no, we're really going to get a new all-time high in Bitcoin. So as long as we're above that 118, and technically it's 107, yeah, it's roughly 118. Cool. Looking really good. I may need to take a position in something. What might that be? Let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance. That's all I really have to say about Bitcoin. It's looking great now. That's your technical analysis for Bitcoin. New all-time high coming for Bitcoin while we are above there. Good to see. That is really great. Okay, cool. Some people might say, well, look, you could find some resistance at the 0.786 from this low and this high and this low, sorry. So yeah, sure. Watch out for here. Watch out for something like that. But if you do that, test as support, and that, then there's absolutely no doubt for me. I have almost no doubt right now. Just got to stay above there. But yeah, if you do that, bounce off support, and then you break that, okay, we'll be, breaking all-time highs. Cool. Where we go to from there remains to be seen. You've from this high and this low, you've got a 1.618 Fibonacci level extension of around about 136,000. Okay. Could go higher than that, could go as high as $200,000 Bitcoin. Okay, we've spoken about that. I spoke to the amazing COO of Stormrake, stormrake.com, Bisha, who believes $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year, and that's what marks it. That's what marks it right there. See that Jan 1st on the date and that $200,000 area? Possibly doable. And he made a really great case for it too. I interviewed him, a few months ago on the channel. Then we interviewed him just a few weeks on the channel, and he reiterated and said, no, that's still really doable. Okay, $200,000 in 2025. Okay, if we hold above that 118,000, that's in play. Okay, that is in play. So yeah, looking all right at the moment. Let's take a look at a couple of other things. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance to see what are alts doing at the same time. So Bitcoin dominance. Okay, here's the difference. Now, Bitcoin dominance is also creeping up. Okay, so it's saying that your altcoins will be having a little bit of a rise at the moment because the rising tide raises all ships, but they're not going to be going crazy right now because the Bitcoin dominance is also rising. So with the BTC dominance, with the BTC.D, you don't want to see this creep up if you want your altcoins to go crazy. Okay, so you don't want to see the following. You don't want to see us breaking up into here and finding support and then getting up into this zone. You don't want to see it cracking through here, finding support. You don't want that if you want your altcoins to go absolutely ballistic. What you really want to see now, pretty darn quickly too, is a rejection here. Let's go to the 1 hour, see if we're finding any bearish divergence, which is what we want to see. Okay, if you want your altcoins to go nuts. Let's see, what's the volume like? Where are we? Volume. Okay, the volume's kind of confirming it. The volume's looking quite good. Again, you don't want this. You want the volume to be crap. Let's see. Yeah, you can see some potential bearish divergence playing out. So that's a good thing. Okay, so you can even creep up here if you get a higher high, but then a lower high. So actually, I like that. Okay, that's what you want to see. This might peter out around about here and then fall back down. If you fall back down through that 58-ish, what is that, 58.8 mark, then yeah, that's looking good. Okay, and what we really want to see, as we've been saying, is you need to do something like this and then creep through that 57.15% area. Do that. Oh, it's rocket time probably for your altcoins, general altcoins. We need to look at some other things. You'd also want to see what the others market is doing. So let's take a look at others. Actually, I just want to quickly check ETH because I think I might want to take a position in ETH very soon. Let me have a quick look at ETH. Here's ETH. Here's Ethereum. Okay. Yeah, 4,378. Pop onto the... Get rid of all of you. Cool. We'll be talking about some of my favorite meme coins as well, like TOSHI, etc. Okay, so we're at a pretty... I always say that we're at a crucial level. Doesn't every person who talks about Bitcoin and stuff on the social media go, we're at crucial levels? We are actually at a crucial level. Okay, so from this high and this low, you're at right now at the zag zone. You guys are getting so good at seeing these patterns now just because I'm talking about them all the time. So if we can get through this zag zone here, so through the 0.618 and is exactly where we are right now, then I'll give more credence to say we're moving onwards and upwards. I really would actually prefer to take it from this high. So really, I'm going to take it from that high. That's good to see, but really, yeah, if this is the bottom here, then really it's this one here. So here's the kicker. I don't think I can get into Ethereum just yet until we break and hold through the top end right there. So that's at 4,490. Let's call it 4,500 even. Break and hold through 4,500. So that's my Bitcoin 118,000. So Bitcoin's done it. Maybe it's leading the charge, which is good, but I've got to see Ethereum bare minimum get through 4,500 and geez, again, from this high and this low, look where the cluster of resistance and support is. Again, Fibonacci for the win every single time. Look at this. That's on the daily. Let me show you on the 4-hour. Look at, it's amazing, isn't it? Look at that. Resistance, support, broke through, support, failure to hold, effed around there for a bit, tried to break through, failed move, oftentimes from a failed move as a fast move in the opposite direction. We then saw exact resistance. Again, this was before the low was in, okay? This is from this high and this low, okay? This wasn't in yet, okay? Look at this. Move that out the way. That wasn't even in yet, okay? That's where this can help you to predict lows and highs, okay, like I spoke about before if you missed it. So now we're back in the zone. So that's really good. We mucked around in here for a bit, made a play, failed. Making a second play right now. I'll tell you this right now. If you can get back above and hold above that $4,500 level for Ethereum, I will say, just like Bitcoin, new all-time high coming from Ethereum, okay? I'm just going to be cautious right now until we get up through there because you can reject again and get back through, so just watch out for that. But yeah, that's Ethereum. 4,500 is the kicker for me. Again, Bitcoin dominance still kind of in the upward direction. Let's take a look at others. Now, others is having a nice little move. Great. So you're seeing a bit of a short-term pump in the crypto. Cool. Others is the entire crypto market minus the top 10. Okay. So that's in a market cap. Why does it keep doing that to me? Go away. Market cap. Okay. So yeah, we're seeing a bit of a relief. I've got to see it clear through bare minimum, roughly that $320 billion area. I would really preferably like to see it through here. So I'm probably going to move that and pop that about there-ish. So that's actually at about 325 billion. Why have I got that drawn in? That must be a reason. You know why that is? It's going to be from this high and this low. Let's pop that in again. This high and this low, is that the expected? Oh, it's not actually. I don't know why I have that drawn in. Let's see. Let me change you to blue and I'll pop you in right there. So we're actually coming up to it now. So yeah, I would like to see it get through from this high and this low, get through its zag zone, and that's sitting at 317 billion. So it's kind of sitting around your 320 to $325 billion area, kind of this zone here. There is where I need to see it get through that chunk of change right there. And if you can start closing up back up through there, then that's actually through the 618, which is good. So, you know, tick number one, it's through this previous area of resistance 325, which is actually sitting at, this is looking a little bit detailed here, sorry, a little bit clustery. Let me get rid of all that. That's actually, it's sitting right there. So that's through the 0.786. So that's your real kicker. Getting through that 325, that would be a second tick. And then I'll say, okay, looks like we're golden. And I'd be happy to take some larger positions if we get through that, yeah, sort of 325, $326 billion area. But first we got to get through that sort of 317, 318 area. So that's everything there. Got to see Bitcoin dominance head down further. Got to see Ethereum, because Ethereum's kind of like the big boy of the altcoin markets. It was the first, well, Litecoin was the first altcoin. But yeah, Ethereum's the big boy. Got to see Ethereum get through 4,500. Got to see others get through 317, 318, bare minimum. Others dominance. You need to see it creep through. I mean, yeah, others dominance, you need to, that high and that low. Yeah, about through there. So a few things need to occur in order to say crypto onwards and upwards. So Bitcoin, others dominance needs to get through right there at around about 8.10 cents. Get through there, good. Okay, looking all right. Would be happy to take some positions. And that's everything I need to see it get through. So let's take a look at a couple of specific altcoins which could do well if we continue onwards and upwards. I'll take a look at TOSHI first, and I'm going to get to XLM because someone did mention it. Cool. Here is TOSHI on the daily time frame, priced in USD, 00078. From here on out, I'm just going to say 7876885. I'm not doing all the 000 stuff. Cool. It's too annoying. So TOSHI is at 7,800. Cool. I need to see it get through and hold through that 8,900 preferably. So it's somewhere within this zone here. So from this high and from this low and this high. No, actually, I might need to change that. Ignore what I just said there, because let me get rid of a few things for you. You. No, and you, and yeah, close enough for jazz. Cool. All right. Yeah, I really need to see it clear through that 8,400. I'm now going to, we'll just do some assumptions. If that's the recent low, if that's now the low, then we take the Fibonacci from this high and this low, and now I need to look at the expected resistance range we need to get through, and that is sitting at between there and there. So the top end now is at around about 9495 is the expected resistance range. I would actually posit though, look at where the bottom end of the zag zone gets through, and that's at around about 8.3. Does that line up with any particular area? Oh yeah, it does. It lines it up with basically exactly right through there. So yeah, that's that kicker for me. 8.3 bare minimum. Got to get into that area. I'd be cautiously excited for TOSHI, and then when you clear through 9.495, looking really good for TOSHI, but do expect some kind of resistance here at that previous level. So watch out for something like that. Gets up to that 8.3, 8.4 area, and you just don't want to clear back down through there. Not good, and you really don't want to clear through there. Really bad. If you ever clear through that 6.2 area and you start holding it below there, then I'd say bad news bears. I mean, that's getting through like a major decline as well. You'd be like, that's getting through that kind of area there. That's not good, right? Cool. So yeah, just watch out this general area here. But yeah, get through that 9.4. Pretty good. Okay, that's TOSHI. Love the TOSHI fam. We'll be back in when the When the time arises, given the data, let's take a look at XLM. Apparently that's been doing good. All right, sure. Oh yeah, okay, sure. Here is XLM, stellar lumens, one of the ISO blah 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 22 thingo contracts. Cool. One of those ones, like XRP, Algo, and all those ones. So these are the crossover cryptos. They're the ones that precious metals lovers, if they're into crypto, they love those ISO compliant contract coins, and XLM is one of them. Okay, cool. I like the fact that we are flirting in this expected resistance zone. We haven't broken and held above it. So from the old high of 63 and the recent, what looks like to be the low, which came back to exact previous resistance right here, became exact support. Isn't it funny how that works? We have this expected resistance range. Let me just double check. This might not be the correct thing. No, it's not. No, I have a new one because I have to use it on the logarithmic scale. So let me, actually, we might be looking all right. We're there right now. Okay. So excuse that one before. That was a linear scale. I'm using the logarithmic scale. Because I'm using a logarithmic scale for the charting, I have to use logarithmic calculations for the Fibonacci. So I've been recently doing that, changing them all. I just hadn't done that for XLM. So, okay, we're actually at the top end. So if you can break through, all right, cool. So we had a spike through, failure to hold, but we've just been faffing around in the expected resistance range. Okay, I need to see it creep and hold through there. So we're actually there right now at about 40 US cents. So if you can get back up through there, that's looking really good. That would be what would that be on the daily time frame? If you can pivot above there, that would be a non-failure swing. Okay, so that would be good. If you do something like this, excuse me, that could be quite bullish. If you do something like this, and then you have that, you're talking about a non-failure swing where you break the previous high, then come down, break through the 618, find support at the 618, which is previous resistance, and then do that, I would suggest that's probably looking really good for a new all-time high in stellar lumens. That would probably coincide with everything else doing well, others breaking through the area I spoke about, Bitcoin dominance going down, all that stuff. But yeah, that would be really good. That's the best type of reversal pattern. So you've got lower lows. So on this smaller term time frame, right? So you've got lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, make a higher high first, then a higher low, then smash through it. Non-failure swing, it's the most bullish of all reversal patterns. Okay, this is bullish too. If you made a lower high, then a higher low, and then broke through there, that's still good, but it's not as strong as pumping through first and making a higher high first. Make sense? Good. That would be really great. Cool. So let's hopefully see something like that for XLM. That's what I need to see it do. It's got a bare minimum stay above 40 cents, and we're just right there at the moment. If I look on the 4 hour and have a quick look at the where are we? What's the volume looking like? All right, we're in extremely overvalued, a little bit on the 4 hour time frame, but again, you can spend a lot of time in there. Get rid of that for you. Volume stepping in. That's nice. Yeah, okay, so the volume was confirming that move above 38 cents. So the volume's confirming it. That's nice. I just need to see the volume creep up above here. So volume is, or not everything, but volume plays a lot in, where you think the prices are going to go. So if you see something like the following, see that there, see that price action there, and see that right there. Excuse me, let me do that. What you want to see is a confluence of volume with the price going up as well. So if we crack through that area I spoke about, if you break through there, and if the volume is confirming it at the same time, so you're having a break here as well, volume is confirming the break here, that's a really good sign. So you'd be much more confident to say, if the volume's breaking at the same time, you'd be much more confident to say this isn't a fake out here, it's more likely going to continue. So just watch that volume there. Okay, how you do that, you can go up to indicators and you can type in OBV, it's called on balance volume, click on that, and then basically what you want to do, giving you a quick little lesson. You can chart the volume exactly the same as you chart the price, because the volume should always be matching the price in its price action, in its up and down action. If there's any divergence, then something's awry, something's going on. Okay, so you want that volume to confirm the move. Looking good. And again, volume can precede the move. So if you see a spike in here, but this hasn't broken out yet, the volumes is like leading the price. So then you're almost certain, that you actually are going to have that breakthrough. Cool. So that's looking good on the 4 hour. That's what you got to watch out for. XLM Stellar Lumens. Any other crypto stuff? Because I've done the one that someone mentioned, and I looked at TOSHI, of course. Let's go back. While you give me some chart requests, I'll quickly take 1 or 2 chart requests, maybe just one, because we're nearly at the 1 hour time frame. I am going to ask you to please and thank you buy from Stormrake. So Stormrake are a cryptocurrency brokerage. Now, this is like calling your old school stockbroker in the 80s. You can literally call Stormrake. They have a phone number. Okay, go to the contact section. They got their phone number. Once you've signed up with an account, you give them a call, you send them an email, you can jump on the live chat and say, hey, my account number's blah, blah, blah. I've got an account with you guys. I'd like to buy $1 million of Bitcoin, whatever it is, or one of the major altcoins that they have as well. And they're constantly adding to their altcoin things, the one that they're the most bullish on, okay? They're a broker. They will also give you their own opinion on what's hot at the moment, what's good, what's a good strategy to get into crypto if you're getting into crypto for the first time. And by the way, it's a full service brokerage, so you don't have to press any buttons. It's not like going to Coinbase or CoinSpot or CoinJar or any of these other ones, and you've got to log in, do it all yourself, and like, where do I buy? You just call them or email them and say, I want X amount of X token. And they go, cool, leave it with me. Now, what do? They buy it at the market price of whatever crypto it is. There's no hidden fees, okay? Unlike other large Coinbase, all the other ones who have these little hidden buy and sell spread fees, right? So let's say Bitcoin's at $120,000, right? You hit the buy button on Coinbase, they're going to charge you 1.75% just to hit the buy button. Then they're putting a little extra cream on the top, okay? Because they might be selling Bitcoin to you at $120,000, $200. So $120,000 okay? A little bit of cream on the top. Now, when you go to sell, they'll take a little bit of cream off the bottom as well, okay? Not with Stormrake. You're paying the exact market rate. They also have access to a whole bunch of different exchanges, so you're getting the best price, okay? Now, that's all the positives, okay? Do it all for you, all that sort of stuff. They do full custody as well. Now, are they going to charge you a fee for it? Yes, of course. They charge you 3%. It's a 3% flat fee, no hidden fees. You don't pay ever more than that 3% fee, okay, for the privilege of a full-service cryptocurrency brokerage. However, if you want to only spend 2%, if you only want to pay 2%, then you sign up with my account. Very simple. Go to stormrake.com, click on Create Account, and you can pay 3%. Or use my link, pop it in the address bar of your favorite browser, or click the link, I'll pop it somewhere. It takes you to the same sign-up page, okay? It takes you to the same sign-up page, except up the top in the address bar, you'll see the word Good Morning Stackers in the address bar at the top, okay? That's how you know you're getting it through my referral link, so you're getting 2% brokerage fees for the life of the account. It's a 33% discount, and it's also grandfathered in. If when they raise their prices, they don't raise them on you, because you know me, bro, okay? You're grandfathered in as well. It's the most amazing thing. And of course, as a crypto native, you want access to deep liquidity. As a crypto newbie, just get them to do it all for you. Okay? Stormrake.com. They operate in all major countries. Any particular things? Time for quant? No, I think maybe QNT. All right. Let's do QNT very quickly. And then we've got to get out of here. I'm going to take a quick look at QNT. Let's go. That's quant, isn't it? QNT. Quantum Corporation. Let's go crypto. QNT on Binance. Oh, I do have that in my list. Okay, here's a quick re-look at quant. This was mentioned by Gerald Draper just then. So here's quant. I've looked at this before clearly. Let's take another quick look. The volume's looking really nice. This is on the weekly time frame. The volume's really holding up. I like that. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. Again, look at this. Is there a mismatch in... Let me get rid of all that. Is there a mismatch in what the price action is doing and what the volume is doing? If there's a mismatch, if there's a divergence, okay, that might mean something. Okay, so what are we seeing? If you take a look here, what do you notice about the difference between this? You can see here the volume has been hovering much closer to that resistance area than the price is. So it could be saying, while the price has been going down, the volume has been remaining higher, which is actually a bullish sign or a potential bullish sign. Okay. If you see the following, I'll get rid of this for a second. Let's just take a look at you. And you can apply this to any crypto, any market, any asset whatsoever. See that? I think I talked about this last time. I actually did talk about this last time. It's triggering a memory. So once again, the volume is holding up really, really well. If you see the following with quant, for example, if you see this is on the weekly time frame, okay? If you see this break, and this hasn't broken yet, but it is creeping up, this could be leading the charge. Okay, so it could be saying that people are, really interested in it, but it hasn't broken its previous level yet. So you could almost kind of use it as a prediction tool. It doesn't always work. Okay, but if you see the volume preceding the price, you can be pretty, I'd say more than a 50% chance that you do see a breakup in the price as well. Okay, so volume spiking above a resistance level, breaking a resistance level before the price does, can indicate that the price will do that thing. Doesn't happen every single time, but it's a nice little indicator. Okay, so the volume's looking good on the weekly for quant. Monthly time frame. Monthly, it's kind of in convergence. So on the weekly time frame, you might be looking all right. But yeah, nothing's broken yet. So that's the thing. So just be aware of it. Nothing's happened yet, but I'm just saying if this, then that. So that's quant. Anything on the price action? I mean, I do just need to see it. Let me get rid of that. Now let me pop this on the logarithmic and change this area. Where are we with the... that's much better. That lines up so much better now. I'm using the logarithmic. There we go. Okay, so we had beautiful... move up to the top end of the zag zone from this high and this low, the expected resistance range. It found it exactly, okay, $175 for quant. That's the area I need to see break. If you break $175, and so long as you hold it, I'm going to say a new all-time high in quant is coming. Okay, that's very simple. Break through the major resistance zone, break through the battle, okay? Have you gotten through the battle of all this trapped money? Geez, my kids are loud today. If you get through all the trapped money, right here, the question is, where's the trapped money? It's maybe a little bit here, but look at that. You're through there. There's no trapped money until you at least get to there. So you could even plan a trade around breaking through 175 and it taking it up to, let's do a short-term trade setup, okay? Here's a short-term trade setup. If you break and hold on volume, so the volume's got to confirm it. If you do the following, we have to find an invalidation point, but let's see, around about there, you'd have to find a really good stop loss, but you could have a nice little 3-to-1 trade. Okay, if your stop loss is here, what you would want to see is the following. Okay, you want to see this come up, do something like that, and then break through. So you could kind of get on there and put your stop loss a little bit higher. So I would suggest, like, if it's going to get back into the 0.78 into the zag zone here, it's like, why is it breaking out and why is it heading back into here? So you could put it somewhere down into this area here, maybe at like 160, for example. And then that's like nearly a 6-to-1 trade. Okay, that's not even a bad trade, but I would actually say for a longer term, if you break through that 175 level, you'll find maybe some resistance here, but you'd probably do something like this. If general crypto is going up, if you do that, oh man, new all-time high coming. Yeah, really good for quant. Plus, everything else would probably be going up at the same time, but that's quant because someone mentioned it. Cool. Final comments and we shall get out of here. You've been watching Good Morning Stackers, the Tuesday and Thursday show, and I do all my other stuff in between. I do usually a Wednesday video. We talk about precious metals. We talk about Bitcoin and crypto on the live show as well, and all the other stuff. And of course, lastly, I do really want to, I should have asked you before, can you do me a favor? Do head over, if you're a silver investor, head over to the Silver Investor Club. It's a private club to join, but it's free. Currently, I will start charging you eventually. We're at 188 members, but I'm proving this thing. I'm trying to prove its worth. You get a lot of worth for free. And even when you're paying for it, you're going to get a lot of worth. But what do? It's a hangout spot for silver investors, whether you're investing in physical precious metals, a lot of physical stackers in the SIC and the Silver Investor Club, but a lot of people invested in silver mining stocks and silver-related assets, okay? So we have our spot talk section. We've got our stock talk section. We've got our show and tell section. This is awesome where did you buy something recently, like a new silver coin or whatever? You want to show it off? Show off your stack or a part of your stack, and we'll go, ooh, nice and shiny. We'll give you nicer props. We've got, I think there was a Q&A section as well. You frequently ask questions. If you're a newbie to investing in precious metals, then come here and learn from all the veterans. We've got lots of newbies here as well. What I will be doing, and I haven't set it up yet, but I'm going to be setting up the classroom section. I'm actually going to be making tutorial videos because I've served thousands of customers in my time, and I've got my spiel like down. For all the newbies who walk in and say, I've never done this before, what do I need to know? I'm going to make multiple separate videos about, here's the first thing you need to think, your exit strategy, bars versus coins, sizes or brands, all that kind of stuff. I'll put that as a classroom thing. So you're going to, for newbies, you really want to be a part of it. And we do a weekly hangout. Every single Friday morning, we do a private hangout on the Silver Investor Club. It's nowhere else. It's private as part of the club. And what we do is to speak to all our amazing people. We get a lot of people coming in, just hanging out. We talk about silver, etc. But we also have an exclusive silver bullion special every single week. That comes from Perth Bullion Exchange. So Ricky joins us on the morning show every single Friday, and he lists just for you with a special password. No one else can get it. A silver special. Sometimes he's done silver at spot price. A lot of the time he discounts silver that he has, and he does it for under his cost price as well. Not every single time, but there's been some great specials already, and members of the Silver Investor Club have nabbed great specials so far, and they post in the comments as well. I've seen a few show and tells where, the Perth Bullion Exchange special arrived, and here it is. And yes, there you go. Peter Goulding said, amazing 3-ounce spot special. Ricky's the man with his crazy 3-ounce silver for spot special. Glad I got there in time. You can get all this and more at the Silver Investor Club. I'll put a link below, and it'll take you to the About page, and you'll see the join button right there. Join right now. Cool? All right, people, let's get out of here. Final comments? Nah, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, you've watched Good Morning Stackers for the 2nd of October, 2025. Man, we're also coming towards the end of the year already. I think we're going to do well. We're going to be doing really well in this coming quarter, and I think into the year for precious metals. Bitcoin's looking interesting now, over that $118,000 mark, and I'll keep you updated as we go along. Make sure you hit the big red subscribe button to join me on YouTube, follow me on X, grab a tasty beverage, and we dance it out, people. It's what we do. Don't you love it? Because you have watched.
Good morning, Stack. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stack. It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do that.
Synchronize.
3, 2, 1, go.
Now we're on the move.
Yeah, man. It always works out to about an hour, doesn't it? Funny that way. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.